very unique neighborhoods that have their own feel, all the different things right there at your fingertips. Hey guys, this is Erin. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn all there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, tap that like button, hit subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video. Hey all, I'm Erin Melton. Welcome back to my channel, Living in Richmond, Virginia. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about some spots that you may want to avoid. Now before we get started, I want you to make sure you go all the way to the end so you really understand where I'm coming from. So let's jump into it and talk about a couple different spots. So one place that you may want to avoid if you're looking in the Richmond, Virginia area is Stratford Hills. Now I want to disclaim to everyone there, I personally love Stratford Hills, and here's why. It is an amazingly established neighborhood. It reminds me so much of where I grew up in the Northern Virginia area, that there's just lots of rolling hills, established landscaping. The trees are absolutely beautiful. You are super close to the river and parks like Pony Pasture, and it's just very charming. The architecture, no home is exactly the same, and again, reminds me very much of where I grew up. I'm a nature enthusiast, and I think that there's some people that really enjoy outdoor activities like myself. I love to paddleboard. So many people love to, if you love the Stratford Hills, you're gonna love to kayak, you can run in like that, okay. But if you're in the market for a newer home and something that has more modern layouts and what have you, Stratford Hills just may not be your top pick. The other thing that kind of turns people off a little bit, again, this doesn't bother me because of where I live. There definitely is a running train that goes by very early in the morning. For me, it is very soothing. But a lot of people, you gotta really be careful where you pick something because you may be in that direct line for the train. The other thing that kind of turns people off about Stratford Hills is that you are technically in the city of Richmond, so your property taxes are definitely going to be higher than if you were in Chesterfield County or if you were in Henrico or some of the surrounding other counties. All right, another spot that people may want to avoid is Tuckahoe. Now, to clarify, Tuckahoe is actually part of the west end of Henrico area. The draw is absolutely phenomenal. Schools, super convenient to all the different shopping and what have you. That being said, if you're not a big fan of traffic, and if you listen to any other things on my channel, you're like, hey, you keep on talking about how there's no traffic in Richmond. And there really is in comparison to some much larger metropolitan areas. However, the Tuckahoe area over in the West End is known for being a bit more congested. Things get really bungled up there, particularly around Short Pump, right there at 64. If you're really looking for something very new, the Tuckahoe area is going to be more geared towards what I would call a very quintessential Richmond house, much more colonial, and certain styles that may not be what you're looking for. All right, another spot that may not be right for you is Chester. Chester is one section that is in Chesterfield County, and it is super affordable. You definitely can get a little more very unique neighborhoods that have their own feel, very walkable. You can certainly live in the city, you don't have to have a car. All the different things right there at your fingertips. That being said, and Chester is growing substantially with Lego going out there, the Amazon plant is out there, it is just blowing up. That being said, though it does have convenience to all the major roadways like 95, 295, even connecting to 288, it is a bit further removed from the city. And if you're needing to be very, very close to the city for your job or what have you, Chester may not be the right spot for you. Of course, let's come back, and something that people really make a lot of comments about on things would be the city of Richmond. It is absolutely fabulous downtown with all the neat, very unique neighborhoods that have their own feel, very walkable. You can certainly live in the city, you don't have to have a car. All the different things right there at your fingertips. That being said, if you're someone that enjoys parking in your own driveway, never having to struggle with trying to find parking, downtown Richmond is probably not going to be the best for you. Also, when it comes to walkability and what have you, it really just depends on where you are in the city. Some things are going to be a bit more walkable than others. So definitely consider that as you are looking for all different spots. There are so many different options out here in the Richmond area. And if you found this video, reach out to me and talk to me about what you're looking for in a home and in a neighborhood so I can help you find the very best spot for you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and remember, leave everything better. Once again, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, tap that like button, hit subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video.